No denial, just laughter. Alright then, here we go. Game 3. This is SY's home map. It's currently 2-0 to SY. They've looked pretty dominant so far. I think it's fair to say that the previous game, which was Vietnam's home map, Rooster, was pretty much a disaster for them. Say my name. I know I keep highlighting it. It's a little bit unfair, I guess, to keep singling him out, but his performance on the water in the middle was really decisive because they just collapsed in the middle of the map. That enabled Yo and Love Cheng to cross the map and get all those castles and buildings in between the two halves of the VNS team and just left them, the SY team, able to isolate them, and VNS, realising that strategic position, didn't even have to wait for the killer blow to be landed. They realised they were done for. But yeah, this is SY picking Regicide Fortress, which is an interesting choice for SY. It's not one that would have sprung to mind. And like I said, I reckon part of the thinking here is that Tyrant do like to pick Regicide Fortress as a home map sometimes. And perhaps they want to practice that in a live tournament situation where they're in a position that they're already leading by 2-0, feeling pretty confident that they're playing better than VNS today. And it's going to take the risk to practice that instead of picking a more standard home map for them like Arabia. I got really excited then when I saw this king loose in the other colours base. I thought it was an enemy king loose, but it's actually not. Anyway, let's have a look at the player positions and the lineups. Got Yo playing Persian flank here in the yellow colour. What am I hearing? That's just the scout luring the ball. Is Yo going to do the TC hit again? Yes, he is. I swear, my nerves could not stand there seeing that ball go down to like 5% HP. You really need to judge the lag well to do that. But yeah, carrying on, we've got Paladin playing Mayan Pocket. Then we've got Lix playing Spanish. What else? He's in the red colour as a pocket as well. And then we've got Love Cheng, also known as Yinghua. It's hard to even say which one he's actually better known by these days, considering he's been Yinghua for a couple of years. But he's playing the Chinese flank here. And then we've got Baxi playing Mayans, so not Mongols this time. He's playing on the flank in the orange colour as always. And then, say my name, Spanish Pocket, VNS Yellow. Yet again, it's hard to say whether he's actually better known as Say My Name or Yellow these days. I think we should probably start calling him Say My Name. It's less confusing. But anyway, VNS Cool, Mongols Pocket. So this is the difference. One team has Mongols and one team does not. The difference is Persians for Yo. So that could be interesting if we get to like a fully developed Imperial Age game. Obviously, having a Mongol in your team, always fantastic in that scenario. I had a moment of panic when I thought my mic was muted because I didn't remember switching it back on at the start of the game. And then finally, rounding out the player lineup, ACCM Chinese flank in purple. So, top civ positions and such, obviously not as crucial as in Arabia. All the players are able to get a good start in the safety of their walls, and they can kind of group up with their allies and try to bunch up and force engagements together on whichever point of the map that they want. Everybody will obviously be taking a fast castle approach. It seems that VNS Cool quite late to the feudal age in comparison to everybody else. Most players are there or just about 10-20 seconds away, but Cool was a little bit later, so maybe he's the guy who was a little bit thrown off by that Regicide Fortress start. but maybe I think he went up on one higher vil than other civs that started with 3 players. For example, say my name started with 3 villagers, sorry. But yeah, all the players will just leapfrog to the castle age here, of course.
All hail, king of the losers!
Where most of them will transition into booming, whilst producing some unique units from the castle generally. Good civs to be doing that with, of course. Spanish Conquistadors, great raiding unit to try and deny enemies, players from taking their resources near to the walls. You can see that Lix is already kind of thinking about that. I'd have liked to see that palisade being here even, to just shield that main gold a little bit more. But these irons of golds are what the Conquistadors and the plumed archers as well will be looking for, as Baxi's king flirts with the towers of Lovecheng. But yeah, Mayan plumed archers, Spanish Conquistadors, probably going to be seeing those produced by both teams. Attempting to do some raiding, whilst Persians, very likely just boom into paladins. Chinese just like go to Imperial Age as well. Also, Castle Age sling with either Chinese or Mayans is pretty viable too, but you'd probably do it with the Chinese. I'm pretty sure with Tyrant, when they play this map, slinger with the Chinese. I sling doubt into Imp. Yeah, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all 8 players heading to the Castle Age, of course. And just waiting for that to kick in to see how heavily they either boom or start to produce. SY obviously already team walling quite a lot of the map. They are walled between the left side of Yo's base and the right side of Lovecheng's base. That doesn't secure them a corner just yet, but it'll be quite some time until they're thinking about trade, of course. But yeah, Raiders-side Fortress is about trying to take control of more of the map, trying to get a corner, and then usually it's somebody trying to push fast and early Imperial Age off them, or sometimes receiving sling against the walls of another player, just trying to isolate someone. So, Yo hitting the Castle Age here, Persians, 2 TCs being dropped straight away, securing those forward wood lines to a degree, gold on the stone, straight into a boom, of course. Paladin, extra TC there, and here around the back of the base, in this area that they've already secured with the extra walling that they've done. None of that kind of walling for VNS, in fact they're playing pretty open. I mean, some of their bases have fair amounts of wall deleted. Obviously, Yo's deleted some walls as well, but he'll seal those holes up with TCs. Let's scroll the overlay just to keep an eye on if any slinging actually starts. But for now, no sign of it, nobody researching coinage, everybody just dropping TCs, making some unique units. We see some Chukonus coming out, some Conquistadors, Paladin coming out with plumes. Where's the Mayans guy? Yeah, here's the first engagement, first action of the game. ACCN. Almost getting a villager from Yo. Actually, the lack of loom nearly made him get a very cheap pick there, but that's tiny scare has not led him to want to slow down his boom to get loom. Not producing villagers from his TCs though. He seems to have messed his food income up a little bit here. He doesn't have the food coming in to actually keep all those TCs running. And that lumber line is looking pretty messy. I love how Backed King is actually just taking shelter and saying my name is base. A couple of plumes are arriving from Paladin, trying to ward those pesky Chukonu away from the walls of Yo. As one of them also blunders into the TC, so some free kills there. And Yo will try and get going with his boom. He's still ahead of other players on his team actually, despite not being able to keep his TC running. Lix is actually quite far behind. He went with the monastery straight away actually, as well as reducing conks. He's only on 26 vils, but he hasn't lost any at this point, so it took him a long time to drop a second TC. In fact, he hasn't done that yet, so it's pretty interesting. Conquistadors not doing any raiding just yet. Doesn't seem to be viable targets. There's not too much in the way of gold or anything near walls that Vietnam are taking. Even a boar just being taken by yellow. What the hell? Why is there still being a boar being taken at this time? And whose boar was it? I guess we'll never know at this point, but yeah, village accounts for Vietnam looking pretty identical, 36 to 38, all of them, so pretty much all in line with each other. Yo's obviously getting ahead with the Persian TC's work rate kicking in, and Lix is the guy who's been late on TCs because he focused on getting the relics and getting out conks first. But I haven't really seen, apart from getting the relics, which is a really nice payoff, I haven't seen him really achieve too much with conks just yet to make it potentially worth falling behind in the boom as he has done. Yo though has found a way into the walls. That must have been petards to get in, but he's going to encounter a lot of Chukonu. Been archers with fletching, Chukonu without. But I really don't see this plumed archers achieving too much. Yinghua with some quick interior re-walling of his base and just shift those lumberjacks, maybe drop a house there, and he should be fine. And in any case, those plumes going there, they wouldn't have much room to push in. There are TCs, but he's getting a couple of vills. I guess all of this unique unit raiding, it's all about those, just trying to get those small advantages, get your team just a tiny little bit ahead. Just achieve some eco disruption, pick a few vills, but ultimately you know that that's going to be the limit of it. ACCM now wants to get this corner. Seems to have more control over here. He's got the Chukonu there. There's not really any military out from Yo, who's just pure booming as Persians. And so ACCM will try to take the left corner and establish the bottom left hand side as the trade route for his team. Back to meanwhile, still loose in Yinghua's base, but Chukonu are there in numbers now, and they've got fletching. Picking up those plumed archers is pretty easy at this point, and Yinghua shouldn't lose any more vills now. Maybe the 3 plumed archers with their speed can chase down 1 vill, but they are sealed in at this point. Looks like ACCM is going to be thwarted in his attempts to claim the corner. Paladin has actually come out with quite a few plumed archers of his own, and Yo is busy walling up that left hand side. So if Yo does manage to claim that corner, then Vietnam will have to try and claim the right hand corner where Backed his base is. Take that away from Love Chain. Paladin gambling that he might be able to do some damage inside ACCM's walls, but single garrison tower is going to drive him away, and he probably saw the castle as well. Let's go to his point of view. Yeah, no, he didn't actually, but he would have run straight into that. So taking a look at booms once again, Vietnamese team still with everybody on 60 around, pretty much all of their players very close to each other in the boom. Lix is slightly closer to one of his teammates right now, but it's only really Yo that is keeping up with the Vietnamese team in the booming right now. So maybe the Vietnamese a little bit ahead in terms of Vil numbers, but Yo leads the game overall. This is pretty funny. Yo is going to complete that wall. Doesn't seem to be aware, although he will be if ACCM continues to come across here. Yeah, ACCM. I don't know how you're going to finish that wall. Yo shouldn't let him do that. But it's quite funny. Is Yo got to go across there and bisect that as well? No one clicking to the Imperial Age just yet. Let's scroll resources, see if anyone's looking close. VNS yellow in the Spanish, grey colour. He's kind of close. Cald's getting there. Yo, almost ready. But those are the only players for now. And ACCM will be the person who has this wall denied. Although he's bringing quite a lot more Chukanu into the picture now. Paladin's got Bodkin though at this point. Creates that little bit of range advantage, and obviously the plumes are better to micro as well. No micro going on here, that's for sure. And the Chukanu have the numbers of plumes being drawn back. Perhaps with a couple of cheeky stone miner kills on the way out, on the way home. But Paladin's also focusing on here, so that perhaps excuses his slight lack of micro up in the top left there. Trying to deny some of these stone building villages of VNS Cool, the Mongol player. ACCM as the Chinese has sent a tiny bit of sling to Cool, but not a lot. We did say that the Chinese players are often, well, sorry, the players that have the Chinese civilization. Don't want to confuse. I mean the SY players there. The players that have the Chinese civilization quite often turn into slingers on Regicide Fortress. This walling complex continues. ACCM, he shouldn't have been allowed to close that so close to Yo's base, surely, but he's not going to get this closed. Or is he? I guess he might do if Paladin doesn't continue to send plumes here. Still needs to deal with the fact that Yo is intersecting his wall there. And VNS, rather later than SY, now thinking about getting the full team wall to connect all of their players. But they still need to secure a corner. The right hand side is still up for grabs. But Yinghua the one who's kind of moving out, trying to take some presence over here now. He's clicked up to the Imperial Age, ahead of Bakti, actually. And with quite a good number of Chukanu here. 17. Bact has a similar number of plumes, but they're not in this area. And Yo, first to advance the Imperial Age Persians. He'll be dropping stables now, looking to go straight for Paladins, and here they are. And as long as Paladin just kind of keeps the skirmish going, then Yo will be ready to come through and seal the deal to keep that ACCM from getting that wall.
All hail, King of the Losers!
Could pick the Vil, maybe not. I'm going to do a mute actually because Bact is getting annoying with that €8 All Hail King of the Losers thing. Doing the number 8 taunt, of course, every time he goes to the next stage and such. So Cool is starting to receive quite a lot more sling from ACCM at this point. 3,000, but it's still not full sling. It's nowhere close to it. ACCM has boomed up substantially, of course, doing Chukanu, but just sending extra resources to his ally when he can. So ACCM, having given up on this bit, is now trying to re-wall behind it, but I guess he still doesn't know. He still doesn't know about this, which throwing a spanner in the works. But anyway, looking at more interesting things now as Love Cheng prepares to push against Bakti, €8. But still not really just yet. He's trying to claim the right hand corner as well though. And I guess that's probably Bakti's third gold as well, which he's taking control of. And a pretty good result for him in the end. Feels like China just now is starting to get a little bit more map control as they creep towards control of each corner, but ACCM gone over there and walked that up now. Third gold could come under a bit of a pressure there, and his second gold stone is outside the walls as well, so he's not going to be able to get too many castles as Chinese. Researching fortified walls, so many upgrades coming in now, it's impossible to keep track of them. The Spanish player's going to go Paladins, of course, but with no Persian bonus, unlike Yo. And now the Treb War starts to begin. Let's check back to castles, see what he's producing. Just one trebuchet for now. Then my name's coming over with a lot of knights, but if those Chukonis have got ballistics, they're going to slaughter them at this point. Bracer is in there, only +2 armor, turning it into Cavalier. It looks pretty good for the Chinese team on the right hand side here. Love Cheng just a bit faster there as the Chinese. Blix is well behind Say My Name in terms of villager numbers, but he's here with an equal number of Cavaliers. Maybe that will mean that Say My Name can get Paladin a little bit earlier, but right now just looks great for the Chinese team. Yinghua with his 4th Treb deploying now will easily take down Bakti's castle. And we seem to have another pause here. Left hand side, the Chinese team now mounting pretty effective push against ACCM. He has got a lot of layers of fortified wall and such at this point, but he's losing a TC behind that wall, albeit not in a great position because there's not much in the way of resources left to take there now. Although these farmers are basically T90 farmers at this point, forced to migrate to the next country just to deposit their produce. ACCM holding the gate open. Says Robo. Man, this game is laggy. Fortunately, oh, there is an opening there. So will those Cavaliers go in under the gate? They should be chased down by the Mangudai and Plumed Archers eventually, but could do some damage. Back's trying to snipe some Trebs by going round to the side of the line, but shouldn't get that really. The Cavaliers should come forward and chase that down. Yeah, it's not going too well, is it? But as I say that, we do at least get a resumption for all of 1 second. Right, so ACCM doesn't hold the gate open. The Mangudai and Plumes escape through that gate and the Cavaliers are not going to run in. So let's refocus on the right hand side. This is where the main action is. Looks like all Trebs from Yinghua will survive. Back's sole one that is actually firing on anything has been destroyed. Another unpacks, but that's not in range of anything except the other Trebs. Now there's a pretty good hill bonus in place for Yinghua. Cavaliers clinging to the top of the hill, and it's only going to be a matter of time until this castle goes down as well to trebuchet fire. 4 trebs on a higher elevation, both of them are on... Oh, actually, is that the edge of the same hill that goes around there? Maybe the back isn't suffering the hill bonus there, but even so, 4 trebs will make short work of it. There'll doubt there'll be that many repairers coming forward to try and save that castle. That's what's known as a mining trebuchet. Deploying perfectly on the curve of the gold there. ACCM walling the crap out of the left hand side. So China are not making any progress there, but Mongols being in play for VNS could be doing something, but at the moment all they're doing is hiding behind walls, hoping that SY don't mount a push through there. I think some of those Mangudai need to come and help hold the right hand side, to be honest with you. So Back loses another castle here. 2 trebs of his own, may pick up 1 more treb perhaps if they focus fire on one of those. The repairers are right there. Yinghua's done a good job of that actually. You can see he's repairing that one right now. We saw him repairing the one that was aflame over there. He's making sure he keeps those trebs alive to mount the push. And he'd be unlucky to lose another one now at 3v1 with the repairers there. Meanwhile, Yo fully boomed into Paladins, of course, at this point. He's gone across the map and try and make the difference here. I was right in predicting that Senmo Name will get onto Paladin a lot earlier than Lix because his boom was much bigger, but it hasn't really made a difference because Lix is now getting Paladin of himself. There hasn't been a crucial engagement where that would have made a difference, and in the end it's going to be Yo coming across the map that could be the decisive factor there. ACCM is now at least taking a corner for VNS. Somehow they've actually got a wall built here, although Yo could delete that and run all the way through to here and take that down pretty quickly if he would actually wanted to. I think they want that deleted to facilitate the trade there. Turning to the right side, Yo is now grouped up with his allies. They're pushing against the walls. Lix has a lot of paladins there, and with 2 paladin civs in this location, plus the Persian bonus, I just don't get what Bact is actually going to do with a few plumed archers and 3 castles actually. He's managed to build 3 castles at the back, but still, plumed archers here are barely scratching paladins. And he really doesn't have the numbers to output any kind of reasonable damage. And all the time as they push into Bact's base, they've got the hill bonus there.
Yes.
And Bact's pretty much collapsing at this point. The Trebs will just keep moving forward and mopping everything up. Love Chain's dropping more and more castles on that hill. Could do with redeploying these here as soon as he gets that castle up. They've got more than enough paladins to hold that hill and have the Trebs safely fire on the entirety of Bact's base. They were checking FP, and now we've got stream ended. So bunch of people's boobly closed, so we're back in the lobby, and we're at the host time, so nothing more to see here. So let's go back and see how it's looking. Just quickly look at the map. That's why looking in a strong position there. Where is VNS Cool at this point? Like what? He's got 50 Mangudai and he's doing nothing with them. He really needs to have gone over to the right hand side a lot earlier for my liking. I know he had to defend ACCM, but I don't think he needed to delay supporting the right side to this extent. But anyway, let's go back to the game room. We have all 4 SY players, Bacti, ACCM, Cool, and who are we missing? Say my name, VNS Yellow. Not here at the moment, let's hope he comes back.